The Asia Institute was established in 2007 to serve as a think tank dedicated to addressing the most critical issues for Asia today, with offices in Tokyo, in Seoul, and in Washington, D.C., plus running programs in Bangkok and in Hanoi and elsewhere throughout Asia. It is essential, as Asia has emerged as the center of the global economy, as a center in terms of science, in technological development, and in other aspects of our new world order of things, of international relations. It is essential that we address the fundamental challenges for humanity with an engagement, a deep engagement with the people of East Asia. Specifically, we're talking about the quick, rapid evolution of technology throughout all of human society, which has gone beyond the rate of transformation for human institutions and created a tremendous crisis for the future of humanity, and also offers opportunities for us there within. We need to identify, through our research at Asia Institute, engaging with institutions around the world, what the transformation of society by technological change means. In addition, we need to address the new environment for international relations, for security and for diplomacy that results from this unprecedented linking together of disparate elements around the world through technological development. What does international relations mean? What does security really mean? Is it really about fighter planes and aircraft carriers and tanks? Or are there new elements brought on by innovations and shifts in terms of biotechnology, in terms of nanotechnology, in terms of information technology that require an entirely new paradigm for addressing security and diplomacy today? In addition, the third project for Asia Institute has been addressing the crisis of the environment in a global sense, starting with East Asia. And the crisis has to do with climate change, global warming, the destruction of our environment and our climate, and above all, the collapse of biodiversity, the destruction of the environment that supports life from the bottom up, the rapid extinction of so many species around the world that's brought on by a thoughtless, short-term, narcissistic pursuit of profit. Finally, and this is linked to the other issues I had just mentioned, we have to address the profoundly anti-intellectual and anti-scientific culture which has been developed within the United States and around the world, especially over the last 30 years, and even more dramatically over the last 2 or 3 years. And that is this world in which we are unable to think for ourselves, in which humans, citizens of the world, are not able to think rationally, scientifically about their own interests, about the nature of our society and where we are going. Not in terms of the stock prices next week, but in terms of where our society will be in 100 years, in 50 years, even in 10 years. Because if we start to think scientifically, then we will realize that most of our assumptions about consumption and growth are wrong. Finally, this all comes together here in Asia, engaging with the West, with the United States, with Europe, but coming up with new paradigms for cooperation, not competition, for sustainability over the long term, not consumption and narcissism, here in Asia, bringing together the nations of Asia in an equal and transparent, accountable, and ethical relationship for cooperation for the future of humanity.